right, so today I feel like doing something a little fun with paper, and I've already gotten started actually, but then I decided, you know what, I should probably film this because maybe somebody else might like to do something like this or might find it useful for them. I don't know. But yesterday I was playing around with some cardstocks, and I made this little concertina folder thingy mabobber. I don't know what they're called, but I saw someone make one out of pre-made folders, and I thought, hey, that would work for a folio as well. So say like you have a favorite folio and you just want to use it and use it and use it because you really want that patina to develop. But you want to use, you know, field notes instead of whatever, reasons. We don't need a reason. We just do what we want to do, right? So, you want it to get more used and worn and everything. And the only way to do that is to use it, right? So find other ways to use your stuff. And I thought this might be a fun way to do it. However, I feel like I learned a lot from this, but it's not exactly what I want. And so I started a new one. And this is what I did. I took a sheet of paper and I cut it in half because it's 5.5 inches tall, which is the same height as a field notes, which is exactly what I want. And I cut it in half and then I scored it the same size as the field notes, but I left a gusset. And that gusset is, let me measure it for you so that you can see and try for yourself. It is 3/8 of an inch. So I wanted 2 to fit in there. So that's why my gusset's so big. But you could do 1/8 of an inch for a single book if that is what you desire. And then I taped it together. Like you can see here, there's like this little tab thing. I don't know if you could, there you go. So I taped it together so that it is shaped like this. Okay, this is the way it should go. And now I'm getting ready to add pockets to it. Now, if you don't understand what I did here to put this together, it is 3 pieces of this paper that's been cut in half. It's 3 pieces of that. So this is one piece with that little tab. This is one piece with that little tab, and this is one piece, and the tab got folded over and I taped it down. So, and in all honesty, I thought I was recording when I did this, but it turns out I wasn't. So, here we go. I'm going to make, I want to make folders for each side, here, 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 here. That's the goal. And I want to be able to use this in my folio. Okay, so I'm going to use a scoreboard and I'm going to score this little sheet of paper here at, let's do this. Okay, let's just get our little, because I don't want to measure. I don't like measuring. Okay, so let's see if that'll work. Oh, it doesn't fit on there. Nice. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to go right here and then flip it around and go right here and then flip it around and go right here. Okay, so now we have that. And then I don't know if I brought scissors. Yep, I have scissors. So I'm just going to cut these corners because I don't want them on there. And then fold that over. That's what we want. It should be the same It's a little bit bigger, so I'm going to adjust this just a little bit. We don't need it to be that big. That might be too small. Nope, that is just the right size, so we are good. Let me get that corner done right. Okay, so now we have that there. So this is going to go right here. Like so, like that. That is how that will be on there. But then I have to decide if I want how I want them to open. So do I want them to open like this, where they both open the same way? Or do I want them to open like this and open away from each other, so that when you're using it, you can have both of them open at the same time? So I think this is how I want them. So that's how I'm going to make them. So let me get the rest of these all folded up and ready. And I'll be back when I am done. Okay, so I have all of these cut and ready, and I just need to fold them. Now, if you measured this out, you would end up with an even border all the way around, but because I didn't measure, I don't have that. But it's okay, it's still going to work, okay? Perfect is boring. Perfect is boring. And there we go. All right. Now, I'm not going to use the tape for these ones. Okay, I used Scotch tape, tape runner for that one, but I don't want to use that. I think I'm going to use glue stick. We'll try the glue stick. Actually, no. We'll use this. Okay, and I'm going to start over here. And it's upside down. I don't want it to be upside down. So we'll put it here. Also, that's too, I think that's too much. Might be a little tight, but it will fit. No, I think it'll be okay. But I don't know. If I put it over here, then all of my edges, like if I have it so that they all are like that, then all of the edges of the book will be on the outside of the folio, so all the edges will be on the outside. I don't know if that will bother me if I have it to where the spine of one is out and the edges of another are out. I don't know which is more important. I think being able to open them like this Oh no, if I do it that way, then all of the edges, the spines will be out. If I do it this way. See, this is how the brain works. My brain works anyway. So if I do it this way, and they're opening that way, then the spines of the books will be facing out. They'll be held in by the elastic, so they're not going to be falling out. But if I do it to where they all go in this way, okay, so this direction, then the spines will be at the back and the foredge will be at the front. And I think that's how I want it to look. I think it will bother me if the spines are facing out, so I'm going to make it look like a traditional book, and I just need to remember that when I'm putting these together. Okay, so they're going to go like this. Okay, so it goes like that and like that. That is how we're going to do them. So let's do it. Okay, and I'm going to use this glue because it does stick fast, but also it'll give me enough time to squeeze it into place and get it right. Okay, so we want the folded edge here like that, and then that has to go under like that. And I do want to use glue because it's more permanent, so I just like it better than tape. Although with the right tape, there's nothing wrong with tape. Let's see if I can get this to stick. Okay, I think that's going to work. Just make sure there's no... So, and the reason why I wanted to fold this over is because then it makes kind of like a little pocket for the book to slip into without adding extra length, you know, for that, to allow that pocket to fit in there, you know. So that was my goal. And I think another benefit of having the folded edge of these pockets near the foredge of the concertina is that it's going to it's going to take up less bulk in my gusset. So I think that is the right choice. So let's do another one. And try not to be messy with it, but man, glue, I tell you, it's hard not to be messy with glue. And yeah, so this is going to end up being upside down, but that's okay. And I just got glue on my table. This just doesn't want to really stick. Okay. Well, and also with this folded edge pocket thing, this is going to allow the book to slide all the way in like that. So it's going to be basically a perfect fit. That's what I'm hoping for. Even though, didn't I just say perfect is boring? Sometimes you need boring, okay? Sometimes boring is very important. In fact, it's very important for your brain to get bored, because a bored brain is a creative brain. So unplug for a little while, you know? Get bored for a little bit. It'll be good for you. Okay, let's see if I can get this to stick on here. Okay. And this is fun. I'm having fun. I don't know if you're having fun, but I am. And yeah, Fun, fun, fun. Okay, and then another one. Get that before it drips. No, no drippy drip. Okay. And then, yeah, so this is a lot. I'm probably going to fast forward through this so that you don't have to sit here and watch me do every single one of these. I mean, but maybe you do want to see me do every single one of them. I don't know. I'm the listen at double speed kind of a person, so I don't blame you if you don't want to stick around. You got to kind of pinch it down so that it bonds. Okay, and then last set, and then it's going to be done. It'll be done, done, done. So we're going to put that glop of glue there. Really close, getting done. Okay. And it goes this way. Fold that in. And smush it down. Now, the reason why I like these kind of folders a little bit better than the secretarial kind is because my books are going to stay very secure in it, which I always find to be a good thing. And then one more. I probably won't use this side of it, but if I put it in a TN, like maybe a classic TN, I have a regular TN here too, like a 4-strand one, but if I were to put it in a classic one and have this on the elastic, then you could put another one in here. Okay, so we're gonna get that on there. All right, that wasn't so bad. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that glue is done. All right, so this is what we have. Okay, so this is what we have here. We have our little concertina that will hold 6 field notes. Okay, so let's load it up and see what happens. I don't know if I have 6, but let's just take a look-see. Okay, very tight fit. Maybe probably should have made it just a little bit bigger, but we're gonna go with it and see what happens. Also, wait for it to dry before you put stuff in it. But I'm not gonna do that, but you should. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, so that's 2. And look at that, lovely. Love how that fits in there. Okay, and then here's 2 more. Oh, this one is too small. Okay, let's see if I could take it off and make it a little bit bigger. Just by folding it back just a little bit. Can I make it work? I can, and I will. We want it to be straight though, so let's just work it out. Okay, these are things you need to pay attention to when you're making this because it will affect the finished product. And I want to make sure that it fits in there before I glue it down. So close. Okay. fits like that. And I am going to use tape for this. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, and then we have another one over here. Hopefully that one fits. I thought I did these all the same. I don't know how come they don't fit. Learn from my mistakes, folks. This one is off. Okay. So I'm going to stick this in here. Wrap it around. There we go. Okay, and then I need 2 more. Do I have 2 more? Oh, I have 2 in here. Oops. I'll use these 2. Okay, so yeah, so I'm having to perform surgery on the spot, and that's okay, because now you know what not to do. Okay, don't make it exactly the same size. It needs to be just a hair bigger, like 1/8 of an inch bigger, and it would be just that much better. Okay, that one fit in there. I think this one I can already tell is going to need, it's going to need to come apart a little bit. Okay, so we're going to put it in here. And we're going to, yeah, I would, if I do this again, I will make it 1/8 of an inch bigger all the way around. Well, not all the way around, just the height. And then it will fit. Even 1/16 of an inch is really all you need. Yeah, because I don't know if you can see the overhang there, but it's just about 1/16 of an inch. But look at that. Look at how nice and square it is. That's so nice. Now, I don't think 6 of these are going to fit in here, but let's try anyway. So this is the Daily Moleskin Folio. And I don't think 6 are going to fit in here. But we're going to try. Okay, so we're just going to pop that in there like that. And I'm going to say no. I think I need to take 2 out. So I'm going to take this one out. Well, I thought I was going to take that one out. We'll take this one. And we'll take this red one out. And then that should work. Nope, it's still too big. Okay. So yeah, that's not what I want. Let's see if it'll fit in the number 10. Oh, by the way, in case you were wondering what this is the new coffee house color. It has a custom stitching on here, which is like the dark brown stitching with the dark brown elastic. This color is called Coffee Date because it's nice and casual blue color. And if you want to compare it to another blue, this is Pacific. This is a number 8 in the Pacific color, so you can kind of see the color difference here, if you like to see that. So, if you didn't know, now you do. So, I wouldn't make 6 for this purpose, so I might cut one of these sections off and then just have 3 for it, because I think that would fit better, because this one is 3, and I think that's what that needs. But let's try it in here and see what we get. So let's open it to the middle, which is right here, and put it underneath the middle string. think I can add, yeah, because then you can open it like that. But I don't know if these are going to fit in here. Oh, they fit in there much better. But, I mean, I can already put 4 in here, so I probably wouldn't do this for this. But if I had a classic, then I would. But this is not a classic, so yeah. But, okay, so now let's alter this so that it fits what I intended it for. I don't need 6. I think I only need 3. So let me cut one of these folders off. And I will cut this one off, or should I cut that? I'll just cut this one off. Then I have a folder for something else. Okay, now let's try this in here. I don't know why I'm so awkward on camera. Okay, there we go. I feel like that's still not quite right, but let me move this over to here. I think the field notes are a slightly better fit for this. Yes. Okay, and then put an empty side in here. I know what the problem is. It's because this is fresh and the glue is fresh and it doesn't want to go in all the way because the glue is there. So I'm just going to stick my scissors in there and break that glue up. We use glue to hold everything in place while we're stitching because we cannot pin leather like you can with cloth. So we use glue, and the glue is a permanent bond. It is a leather, it's a water-based leather glue, and it's permanent. So there we go. And as you can see, it fits in there. Anyway, will I use this? I don't know. Will you use this? Will you use this? I don't know. Maybe it can inspire you to do something different, try something different, and see how you like it. This one, I was just messing around and trying different things, and this is what I came up with. So this is how this one goes together. I thought I could improve this idea, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I made it worse. I don't know. Okay, and then one more, which was, yeah, right here. Okay, and then stick that in here. Like that. So then you have, in your folio, you have multiple notebooks that you can pull out and use all at the same time if you want. Or you can have one that you're referencing and you can have one that you're working in, or, you know, put the referencing one behind the one you're working in. You know, the possibilities are only limited by your imagination. The coffee date will be coming out very, very soon, probably next week. I will send a newsletter, so if you're not signed up for newsletters and you want to get the newsletters, please sign up for them. Make sure that your account on our chicsparrow.com website is active and accepts marketing. If you do not accept marketing, then you will not receive our email. So if you think that you signed up for the email but you're not getting any newsletters, check your account and make sure that you are accepting marketing. And if you are not able to find that, you can contact support@chicsparrow.com and let us know that you do want your account to accept marketing, and we can go in and fix that for you. No problem. So yeah. But anyway, this is what I felt like doing today. I just wanted to take a little time out and just wanted my brain to de-stress, and I was inspired by those other concertina folders that people have been making out of manila folders, and I just thought, why not give it a shot? And here's what I came up with. Also, if you like the number 8 design, you can get one in the campfire amber leather right now. They're online right now. I know this design has been retired for a little while. Brought the design out of retirement for the campfire number 8, and yeah, go get you one. And coffee date coming very, very soon. In all of our designs that we offer, it's multiple kinds of designs, even sidekick. So not just folios, just to be clear. All right. Yeah, I hope that you have a fabulous day, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the comments. Bye-bye.